in my 20s, I was like, oh, where people think, I'm embarrassed to do that. When you're in your 40s, you don't give an you stop worrying what other people they are going to be thinking.
Hello and welcome back here at Feeling Terrific. Today I have a very special guest with me because I will learn a lot and you probably will see soon why I'm saying this. Today I have Aurora with me. Aurora is a colleague of mine based out of Amsterdam, if I'm not mistaken. Very happy that you took the time to have this conversation today.
No problem, Christian. You know what? I was really looking for that. Since you contacted me the first time, I was like, oh, I really want to be in your podcast. So what do I need to do?
The thing is, though, it's not a podcast, what I learned. It's a
Oh.
vodcast as there's a
Ah.
video. So
Ah.
yeah, learning always
It's
something new.
how do you say what? That sounds like vodka. Podcast. What? I need to
Yeah.
fix that also in my channel. I call everything a podcast.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because we will have a very interesting topic today, and basically it's about your passion, right? It's about your passion about content creation, and the thing is also, I s- I always want to improve myself, and when I'm looking forward to improve, for example, my YouTube channel, first thing I'm going look after is your channel because you are very creative and this creative is infectious, I would say. Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
I work at ServiceNow. I love the company. I've been already 5 years in that company. It's an amazing journey. I get easily bored, so I'm always trying to do things in a different way. So it's not repetitive, and yeah, that's kind of a me definition, more or less.
That was straight on the point. Maybe let me ask you regarding ServiceNow, right? So you mentioned 5 years with ServiceNow. What importance does your content creation journey has on your kind of happiness when it comes to your daily job?
Well, a lot. First of all, I work in sales, so that means that you're gonna be repeating yourself and repeating like kind of the same conversation slides over and over and over. At the beginning, it's exciting, but then you have to wait until we have a new release with new products, capabilities, and things, so your conversation can just also change. Your demonstrations can also change. That's one of the reasons why I started creating content. I never thought about creating videos or putting myself on internet, embarrassing myself, or these kind of things. But I was like repeating myself so many times. I was getting the same questions internally, but also from customers. And I started creating a lot of videos. I was every Friday, I was having like 20, 30 minutes. It was videos with slides, a little bit of education and demos for our internal employees. And the reason is because I didn't want to be replying the same question over and over. And I said, okay, I'm just going to record a video. When people ask me, I'm going to send them to the video. I did that for 1 year. And then people say, oh, this is great. Can I share it with customers? And I said, no, we have conversations on things and no, it's confidential. Don't share it. And then people start asking me, okay, then make something that we can share. This is great. Let's go to put it in YouTube. And that's how I started in YouTube. And I put the content over there. And I was not the YouTube channel that I have now, the ServiceNow official YouTube channel, what I was posting at the beginning and experimenting or learning. And I said, oh, this is cool because then you can come every week with a different story. You like you having a guest speaker, and even if it's the same conversation, the same topic, it gives you that creativity that you can iterate on the content. And every time you tell the story or you're demoing or you show something, you can do it from a different angle, different use case. And it's so exciting. You're not going to be doing exactly the same video, right? You're going to challenge yourself like, how can I explain it again in a different way? Or maybe adding different content. But no one in that planet wants to do the same video over and over and over. So why do we do that at work, like the same conversation over and over and over? And that helps me to think, okay, next time I talk to a customer, I learned that, I have that use case, and I don't know. I try to be always different. I think this is really key. I think all salespeople, they do it, but there is like a mechanic part that it's always the same, and that's what I'm trying to avoid.
What do you think about the part of edutainment?
I think I'm a funny person, not extremely funny, but a funny
No.
person. Not
Yes,
extremely
of course.
funny. I'm not. But when I talk to customers, they're human beings. I think they're so bored of these boring meetings with these boring presentations. I don't know. I remember that suddenly when I put energy, entertainment, and funny jokes, and I made it very engagement for customers, we both enjoyed the meeting. Also, the customer, myself, we were able to communicate what is the challenge, what is the solution, what is the value we can provide. But you don't have to be doing it in a very extremely serious way. Sometimes, but not always. So for me, this is a big part. And anyone who has seen me presenting or being in meetings, They know that when I need to shut up and be serious, I can do that. But if not, I love a little bit spicy touch or funny touch, a little bit. Not extremely, but a little bit.
And it makes also the topic per se more accessible, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and also gives you room for a better storytelling, right? Instead of just like vomiting a lot of information, which sometimes we have to do, but you can have great creativity with storytelling. You can also listen to the customer. Where do I get inspiration? Many times from customers, customer stories, right? Anything that we do in that life is a storytelling. Either is a video, either is a conversation with your family or your partner or your friends, or when you watch something short on TikTok or on YouTube, I don't know, any social media, you're looking for small storytelling, even if it's just 15 seconds, but you're looking for that storytelling and engaging. Everything in that life is a storytelling. Otherwise, yeah, what is the point? It's just like it doesn't make sense, right?
Maybe coming back again, so there was kind of this intrinsic motivation from you, right? So that you not repeat yourself and make it more interesting and more appealing and stuff. But do you remember how did you feel when you made the decision on your mind that you start, that you actually doing it?
You don't think about that. It's when you go to you go to your friend, you go to the bioscope, sorry, to the cinema, and you watch a movie, and then it was so funny or so hilarious, you just want to tell it to a friend. You don't think, I'm gonna go to my friend, I'm gonna plan how I'm gonna tell that story, and I'm gonna make sure that he is having a great time. It's like spontaneous, right? So I don't really never plan it. I think that the important, why do you don't plan and it becomes natural? Because you are yourself. As soon as you start being not yourself and pretending to be someone else is when you start to have to prepare how you're going to be telling that story, because it's not yourself. But if it's yourself, you just tell the story how you feel it. So you don't really have to prepare. What I remember is that I lost the fear of actually speaking in public. I wouldn't say speaking in public, but just giving my opinion. And I'm not a native English speaker. And at the beginning, you think, oh, maybe my English is not good enough. Better. My English is simple. And I speak to a lot of customers that they are not native. And that's fantastic. So I love my English. So it's everyone can understand. I use simple words everyone can understand. The same thing that you would do with a friend. But I don't plan it. It's just because you feel like you have to do it, right? So I never plan. It has to come from you. And yeah, you shouldn't fake someone that you are not, because it's not going to work.
True, yeah. But I think it's very interesting that you just, I mean, just is quite simply put, right? But that you, when you change the perspective, then, for example, what you just mentioned with English, right? It doesn't have to be something negative. Take it as an advantage. So
Yeah.
being able to better tell a story.
Everything that you think is a disadvantage, it's in your favor. I'm a small person, I'm not really tall, so I can always make, I live in the Netherlands where everyone is extremely tall, so that gives me room for a lot of jokes about myself, of course, not about tall people. That's an advantage. I can very easily get people engaged, or an icebreaker, because I'm small, which, maybe it's not nice, but I take it in my advantage. Anything that you have that you think that you're in disadvantage, you can just change it, and it's so powerful. Imagine you're perfect. What do you do then? It's just not funny. It's not no, wow, no one is perfect.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes we present like several people, right? And you have to share the time slot. So someone has like 20 minutes, then you have the latest 20 minutes, but maybe the person in front of you had a lot of questions, or that person is going over time, and then suddenly your 20 minutes is 10, and you still have to deliver the content. You're not going to be perfect, so just putting my slide and saying, okay, people, this is boring, blah blah blah, let's go to skip down, let's go to the next one, let's go to the point. They love it, and you could say that's not a very well prepared presentation. Yeah, but I don't have time, so I have to improv, and just being spontaneous and using like, oh, this is going bad because now I don't have time. You can change it and make it like engaging, and saying like, people, I know your time is valuable, I'm not gonna do blah 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 slides, let's go to the point. This is a whatever challenge, this is a solution, this is your case, that's what we can do, or whatever they're interested. You need to survive, right? So it's like your instinct. So you always try to look how I can turn it as an opportunity or an advantage. Yeah, it can be either your personality, your body, your language skills, or your skills, or just whatever things happens in that specific moment.
Yeah. No, but I would love to be on a meeting with you one day. I think to to get the energy you have and the passion for it. I think this is something valuable.
Yeah, I hear that a lot, which is quite
Oh,
interesting.
I'm not the first one. Okay.
No, no, but I'm an expat. I am from the south. I'm from Spain. Most likely, you already. A lot of people notice that in my accent, and because I speak fast and I move a lot my hands, and so many jokes about me. And I don't think this is so special in Spain, or if you go to Italy. But because I work a lot with the rest of Europe, especially with Nordics peoples or the Benelux area, then suddenly you're like so different that people notice. But if I'm in Spain or in Italy, I can tell you I'm not so special
Mm.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
normal.
Would you say, or what would you say, the fact that you are different from that angle, right? So different mentality, different cultural background, right? Working
Yeah,
in an area
absolutely.
where it's different. What kind of impact does this have on your, yeah, delivery performance, or however you want to call it?
I'm a big fan of diversity. I think that when you have a team with a lot of diversity, because people they come from different cultures, backgrounds, genders, different ways of thinking, and different countries, this is so great. You have a great mix, and this is exactly what we have in the Netherlands. So when we go into the room, we sometimes we have several people from several countries, but guess what? The customer as well. So usually our meetings is like a big mix. Sometimes I have the coincidence that there is another Italian or Spanish person. So then you feel kind of that energy connection thing. When you have the diversity in that team, everyone brings a very different value and different opinions and different way of approaching things, either from the customer or from your company, right? Those meetings are amazing. I love diversity, and then we get great ideas, great outcomes, and great next actions. But it doesn't mean that if I have a room full of Finnish or Swedish or Dutch people, it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen because I'm gonna be so different. I'm gonna give them energy, or maybe they're gonna be like, I don't know, thinking things in a different way or not. And the same thing the other way around. I think everything that is just like not the same is an opportunity for doing different things and expecting different results and better outcomes, right? That's one of the reasons why I really love the Netherlands or ServiceNow. It's so international, and that's fantastic. If you just work in a local company and you are just with local people, it also can be a great company. But the level of interactions and engagements that you get is very different. And I don't think it would work for me. It works for some people, but it wouldn't work for me. So I really, really love international environment.
I would like to come back to one thing you mentioned in the beginning when you do the videos. So it
Yeah.
helped you to overcome kind of a fear when it
Yeah.
comes to talking to strange people, so to strangers, but also to yeah, an audience you don't know, for example, in custom meetings and stuff. How was that journey for you? I mean, for example, the conversation we have today, right? I think I wouldn't have been feeling comfortable a few years ago. So also
Mm,
thanks to the videos, yeah, I'm
that
happy
is
to
true.
talk to you over
That
camera
is
and
true.
over.
Talking to a camera requires new skills that you just acquire over time, and it's giving you confidence. But there is also always a small fear before clicking on publish or making the video public. Sometimes you think, is that too much? Not? I don't know. But then you think, what is the worst thing can happen? I get a thumb
Mhm.
down or a hater. Fine. It's not the end of the world. And if you understand that you're not gonna like everyone, not everyone is gonna
Mhm.
like your content. You might get constructive feedback or not. If you're ready for that, you stop worrying about what people think, especially in certain ages. I'm already in my 40s. In my 20s, I was like, oh, what people think, I'm embarrassed to do that. When you're in your 40s, you don't give an F anymore. I don't know if I can say that to Christian in your channel. I don't I don't want you to YouTube to ban you. But anyway, you stop not caring, worrying what other people they are going to be
Mhm.
thinking. And filming and creating content helps, first of all, to lose that fear, and you will become more confident, to gain skills also with creativity, to improve your public speaking skills, and also, of course, you gain editing skills and other technical skills that you never thought that you had to learn, because you have to edit the video, how does it work, and the titles and that and the stats, what is important. But this is kind of in the background. You have to do it. The skills that you gain just by creating content is something that you will always have with you. It's the way how you want to solve problems, your way of thinking. I don't want to think like in the box. I want to think outside of the box. So how do I do it differently? How would I approach that? Or you become much better in storytelling. And every video that you do, you learn from the previous one. How I can, what was the people liking or staying over or stopping or dropping? What happened with the audience? Which ones they have more engagement and why? And that makes you think. You can take these skills and apply it everything in your life. When you go and you negotiate for something, or even to your friends or your family, you can even become a better storyteller. The way how you present information to understand how you also engage and approach people in a party where you don't know anyone, right? So there is so many skills you acquire, but not just creating videos on YouTube. For anything that you do in your life, it's like we're in a journey, always evolving and learning. Well, you should learning and experiencing and improving and trying to get the best version of yourself every single year, right? So this is just one part of the what you are in life, and saying like, okay, how can I take that with me? And yeah, you become, the first thing that you notice is I am more confident. Yes, that is true.
No, I mean, this was a perfect pitch for content creation. If I wouldn't have started, I would start. But when can I book training sessions with you, especially regarding the editing stuff? So I
Yeah,
need to
I'm
work on
I'm
that
I'm a
definitely.
terrible editor. That's what I hate. It's like it people don't understand that planning, it should be 70%, and I don't do it. I just woke up in the morning and say what I'm going to be doing. I need to improve that. Then you should be spending just 10% of your time filming. And if you had the good planning, you just spend 10% of your time. If you don't have the good planning, you spend more time, right? But in the last video, I spent like 70% of the time planning or 60% of time planning. I record it for 10%, and the rest is editing, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You don't go to university, school, or at work unless you are like a professional YouTuber and you are already in that media, and then you will have people coaching and mentoring you. But when you are alone in your journey, just because you want to experiment, it's so hard. You have to learn by yourself. You have to make a lot of mistakes. You have to spend a lot of hours. People do not understand how many hours are behind a video just to learn how to put an effect, when I need to cut, how many seconds people can digest, how many transitions I need to have, what do I need to put in my first 15 seconds, and how I can engage, what is working, what's working. Do I do an A roll? Do I do a B roll? Yeah, there's a lot of work and I hate it. If there is any editor who wants to edit my videos for free because wants to practice, because I'm not making any money with these videos, contact me.
Yeah, but you know the thing is, it sounds like irony because at least for me, your videos are looking great.
Yeah, that's because you're too nice to me. You're like, no, I can tell you, if you look like these YouTubers that they have millions of followers, you will see that their videos are like super pro. My videos are like home editing thing. I do my best. But that is true that every time that you edit a video, you try something new, you learn it. So next time you have to do it, you are much faster. So usually your first video, trying something new is the hardest, but then you just repeat yourself and then you say, oh, okay, this is the option. This is how it works. Last time I didn't do a good job. Now I'm going to do it better. But editing is hard. It's the worst part of creating content. The funny part is creating the script. The funny part is creating the joke, or just being in front of the camera and using a wig or whatever. That's the fun thing. And then watch yourself or share the video. But editing, oh man, I hate it with all my heart. I don't enjoy it, but I have to do it, right?
We love your honesty, but how much time does it take you for one video from the beginning until the end?
Yeah, it really depends on the video. So if I record alone, it's faster, because when you're talking and you make a mistake and you say you know that you stay still, you don't move, and then you repeat again. You leave a pause because then you know it's easy for you to edit. But when I'm recording with someone who is not used to it, they don't pause when they make a mistake. They quickly repeat the same word, and then you say, cannot edit. Or they start doing a lot of, uh, mm, uh, and then I have to eliminate one by one. But sometimes I cannot because it's just like too close. That gives a lot of work. So when I have someone talking with me, a lot of hours editing, and also because the remote connection with the cameras, or we use Zoom, it's not really high quality. How can I improve that? There is low quality, and it's making very hard. It's making very hard. And again, it's because we are not professionals. We're trying to do our best, and because you know the flows and where the hard moments are for editing. When you record by yourself alone, you know, like, well, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna give me a hard time. You can also clap, you know exactly, it's everything is like in your brain. I go much faster. The one video that's still not online is going to be online soon. This one, which is for me, this is the best video I ever done so far. That was the quickest I ever edited. And I have 4 different people doing roleplay. Less than 2 hours, all the roleplay and everything. And then I edited, I think it took me 6 hours. Still not online, it's going to be soon. Maybe it's going to be online when the podcast or the vodcast it's online. But yeah, if you go to my channel, you will see. Yeah, just go to my channel and try to find it. Oh.
The link to the channel will be, of course, down in the description below. But yeah, we cannot wait to see your master skills.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, Christian. Don't oversell me. But I think that, you know what? We have like, I don't know, 60,000 thoughts every single day. And we talk to ourselves. That's the person that you're talking more to. It's yourself, this internal voice and conversations you have. And these 60 ideas, thoughts that you have every day, I don't know, maybe like I don't know. I'm not an expert, but maybe 80%, 90%, they're the same over and over and over every day. And you always think, I could do that, I could do that, but you never do it. And sometimes people, they consume content on social media and they think, oh, I could do that. Oh, I can also tweet. I can also create a video. I can also do that. You have the thought, the idea, but you never execute. Every single day we have the same thoughts. Just try to execute one of them, not these 60,000, one of them. And if you try to execute once per week, one, you will see that after a year, you have executed, I don't know, 50, because there might be holidays, some weeks you don't want to do it. Like that means that every year you can work on 50 or 40 single new things that you have to stop thinking and start executing. And creating content is one of them. I know when I started the YouTube channel, there were several people, not a lot of people, but small amount of people, they contact me, they were asking me, what are the tools, how do you do it, how much spend you know, how much time you spend. And I knew that none of them would ever record a video, but still I wanted to be nice. At the end I was like, no, 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 sorry, I'm not spending my time with you because you're not gonna record anything. And that's what people should start like reflecting sometimes, right? Either it's creating content or creating a tweet or writing a blog post or I don't know, anything. But just think about that. How many thoughts about things that you have every single day saying like, I'm gonna do that, but then you don't do it. And I'm a winner on that. I have so many ideas and things that I would like to do and I don't. And I said, okay, at least once per week I need to try to do something. Either is a YouTube video or either maybe it's something in my personal life, like doing something I've never done, going to maybe a new restaurant, trying a new food that I've never tried, or trying to drink something, I don't know, something new. It doesn't have to be professional or content creator. And I don't know what I'm saying that I don't even know what you asked me. I speak a lot. Yeah.
All good, and we want to hear your thoughts. But maybe, how do you structure your thoughts then
Oh,
when it comes to ideas?
yeah, that's a good one. So I used to have a lot of notebooks, and I was writing things in notebooks, and it didn't work. And then I bought whiteboards, and I started putting whiteboards in my house, and I have pens everywhere. Whatever am I'm just like writing on a whiteboard. I tried like writing things in a mobile, on notebooks, an iPad, but then I forget because I don't see it. You have to have the intention to go and revisit it. And then I saw like I'm a very visual person, so I said, okay, if I start putting like notes, you can use post-its or messaging with colors in several whiteboards in the house. Oh, that works. So whatever I have an inspiration or a thought or something like that, I just go and I write it. And I know I'm gonna walk through and I'm gonna see it. Anything that requires an effort to go and revisit my notebook, my iPad, my phone to see what I brought, you procrastinate, you postpone it. But if it's around the walls in my house and I walk around my house, that works. That works for me. But then you might end up with a very ugly house with a lot of whiteboards. So I really leave it to people to see what's working or not for you.
No, I believe it's a beautiful house, but yeah, as you mentioned, you have to find what fits for you, and
Yeah.
it's good that you found it for yourself.
Yeah, it's just
Maybe.
like always. Sometimes Sometimes I'm walking, and then you say, oh, "What if you're not in your house and you're walking and you?" I record. I don't write. And sometimes I'm just walking the dog. I take my phone. I have so many notes, and I record. Then if I'm driving or I'm walking again, I just for myself to rehear it again. Or then when I'm at home and I go home, I want to rehear again what I said and I write it somewhere. And that's what I do when I'm not in the house. But the advice is like, capture it. I don't care about what format. Capture it in a way that is for you, and don't postpone it, and try to execute as soon as possible. If you don't execute on that as soon as possible, it's not a great idea. Get it out. And you have so many ideas, delete it, move it, put another one. And think about quick wins, because it's not a strategy like what I want to do in life. It's like how I can organize my thoughts and my creativity in like a quick win, short time, and get motivated and keep going. That would be the advice that I would give to people. We have so many thoughts and things that we don't capture every day. And if you try to capture every single thing that you think, oh, I try to do that, is exhausting. You burn out yourself. There are too many things. So just like one or two things, and then iterate on that and try to see how I make it better or how I get other ideas from that. Try to do like a mind map 3, either it's in your head or writing. And if after 2 days you don't start executing that planning, delete it and get a new one. That's what I do.
Last question. What is your favorite meal?
Pizza.
Pizza. Which one?
Frozen pizza, gluten free. I'm so sorry, Italian people. I know every time I have one of my Italian friends or someone like, I know it's a sin and they hate me for that, but it's great. I don't like cooking. And every single Friday, since more than 15 years now, every single Friday, everyone who knows me knows that, or has shared an apartment with me or live with me or is from my family. Every single Friday, it's pizza time. So, and I don't bake or cook, so I just buy it frozen. Sorry, Italian people. I know you hate me. I love you, but I'm just lazy.
Yeah. So a few more days to go, and then you can enjoy it again. But
Yes.
Aurora, thank you for your time. Over to you for the last words.
I actually, Christian, I would like to give you a challenge if you let me. I didn't tell you that in
Oh,
advance. Sorry, I just got it now in my mind. Um,
okay. Go.
I consume a lot of. I'm a YouTube addict, so I consume a lot of content on YouTube. And there is a guy has a great podcast. I don't remember, it's podcast or whatever, but he has guests like you every single week or whatever. He is releasing content, and the guest is the last words is a question for the next guest that needs to reply at the beginning of the forecast. So if you let me, I would like to leave a question for the next guest. So that person needs to reply. And that person, when finishes the podcast, can leave a next question for the next guest. I don't know if I made it clear. Do
You
you want to
made
try
it
that
clear.
game? Yeah?
I want to try it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start easy. Okay. No philosophical or mystic or intellectual. The question is going to be very simple, just to roll the ball. Okay. Why do you think you have been invited in that podcast? You can be humble or you can be just brag or just do whatever that you feel like, but just be honest. Yeah? Are you going to put
This is
that
a
in the
good
next one?
challenge.
Yeah?
I will. Challenge
Good.
accepted.
Good, because I'm going to watch it. And let's go to see the next guest. What is going to be the next question? But make it more spicy. I'm just like starting easy. And then let's see how the change goes. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good ending for today. I'm done.
Thank you, Kristen. It was really a pleasure. More than welcome to come. I'm sorry I speak so much, and sometimes I even forget the questions. But again, I need to eat. That explains why. Sorry for that. Yeah.
All good. You put feeling terrific to the next level. So thank you for that.
No problem. Talk to you soon,
Perfect.
people. Thank you
Take
for
care.
having me. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.